Welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel, to the XRP holders. To everyone that's in the US, happy 4th of July. Hope you guys have a wonderful long weekend. Look at this, guys. Just look at this. A dormant wallet that has been inactive for over 14 years just transferred 10,000 Bitcoin. So all the Bitcoin it had in its wallet has been moved for the first time in over 14 years. And guess what that is equivalent to at this time? $1.1 billion. $1.1 billion. The wallet originally received Bitcoin at only 78 cents each, which was originally priced in total at around $7,800. Wow. Just wow. Kudos to whoever it is. Like, this is insane. This is madness. I know this has nothing to do with XRP, but this has to do something with the broader market. Really shows you, when you believe in something, right? That time, Bitcoin was nowhere to be seen. It was pretty much people that knew about it, were speculating upon, where this currency is going, not really understanding it. But these early comers that did take that risk are literally billionaires at this point. Again, crazy, crazy stuff. But let's get right into the update. If you're looking across the board, we actually have seen a retracement. Today is the weekend. Of course, CME futures are closed in the US, which of course does impact the broader market. You do tend to see more manipulation because CME futures are closed, and we have seen a little bit of a minor pullback. But when I pull up the Bitcoin charts, you guys are going to be confused. Bitcoin barely looks like it has seen a major retracement, but yet you're seeing 5 to 6% pullback for a lot of coins across the board. But like I said, when I pull out the charts, things will make more sense. XRP $2.24, down about 1.6% in USD, and Bitcoin comparative over the course of the last few hours. The market cap at 132 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume is at about $3.3 billion. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So ETF flows, around 600 million of Bitcoin and 148 million of Ethereum were bought just on July the 3rd, which again tells you smart money isn't waiting. This guy sums it up perfectly. These guys are coming on board no matter what the case may be. They're buying up fast because, of course, the more BTC they have, the more control they have. And guess what these big asset managers want? They want as much control as possible. Hence, you are seeing them, coming on board at like a very, very fast rate. Moving forward, SEC's Sport Task Force met today with the SIFMA. Topics include digital asset issuance and tokenized securities. Who is SIFMA, you ask? A major trade association for broker dealers, investment banks, asset managers, etc. Read this agenda, all about merging of TradeFi and DeFi, where they come together and revolutionize the banking system and the financial service industry to begin with. You can see trading of digital commodities and tokenized securities, and you can see digital asset issuance. We are seeing big things happening. Direct retail issuance of SEC regulated products should not be permitted. The tailoring of existing disclosure requirements may be appropriate for digital assets. Direct retail participating in trading digital securities and commodities should be limited. So pretty much, kind of having a discussion on, how this is going to go in the future. Moving forward, take a look at the Singapore continues to lead in blockchain innovation. Ripple and Tinty Global are set to launch an XRPL accelerator program to support builders and startup across APAC. This is a 12-week program with a focus on RWA tokenization, institutional DeFi, and AI Plus, and up to 200,000 in funding. Talk about giving back. These guys are giving back to the builders, innovators, and they're not just doing it within the US, as we have stated a lot of times. They are building globally, and we can see that happening right in front of us. These guys have been building for years and years and years. Right now, over the course of the last 12 to 18 months, is when you started to see the Western world really start to adopt the cryptocurrency and really kind of starting to pay close attention to it. But before that, it was building happening across the globe, and this is a perfect example of that. And you can see this for yourself. Senator Lumens has introduced her digital asset tax legislation that shows I'm sorry, that she was hoping to get into the OBBB as an amendment. So, in the, bill that just passed, a beautiful bill, that is what it's referring to. So, provision included $300 de-minimized exemption. You won't owe taxes on small personal transactions. Ends double taxation for miners and stakers, tax priority for lending, wash sales, mark-to-market treats crypto like stocks, no appraisal needed for crypto donations. Now that the OBBB has passed, it's unclear where this bill might fit in, but it could be attached to a broader package down the line, since passing it as a standalone would likely be an uphill battle. And on top of that, maybe a tax exemption on a greater scale. We spoke about, the bill. What it does is small cap companies are really going to benefit out of that. And I really do believe small cap stocks are really going to be getting a lot of interest right now. Obviously, coins are not stocks, so we need to look at it from a different angle, but I think there needs to be some sort of a crypto initiative that's kind of built into this where it benefits. And I think there is something in the pipeline, because of course Donald Trump himself has been, talking so much positively about, the digital asset market and how he wants the Genius Act to pass. And all of these, bills that are passing, he's in support of that. So of course, it makes me wonder if we're going to see something like that occurring in the very near future. And take a look at this. Ripple was elected to the Federal Reserve Faster Payments Task Force Steering Committee to engage with, more large-scale financial institutions and shape the future of U.S. payment infrastructure, and this has been documented. And look at this. Let's go back down memory lane. Last year on May 23rd, 2024, look what Brad Garlinghouse posted. For whatever reason, I've been hanging on to this one for a while. Probably my all-time favorite for the XRP community. And it's been hanging on the wall in my house, but with all this momentum in the market, I wanted to share this. But it's pretty much this: laugh now, but one day XRP will power the world. And right around here, the price of XRP was around 30 to 40 cents, maybe 50 cents. And look where it's at right now. Let's give you guys a reminder. $2.23. And I'm sure without a doubt, there's a lot of people that would rather go back in time. Let's actually go back in time. Let's look at where the price of XRP was on May of 2024, because I am curious right now to find out that information. So let's see, XRP. There we go. And let's take a look. So where is May, guys? May is around here. So we were around, 50 cents. There we have it. Around 50 cents, give or take. And look where we are right now. And we were in the bear market zone at that time. Again, if you want to put this into perspective, from May of last year, we are up right now about 325%. Like I said, I'm sure a lot of people wish they could go back. So anyone that's going to come out and say, XRP is not doing good, I really hope you guys take a look at it from this angle. But look at, what's happening with the dominance. This major spike within the dominance is actually having an impact on the broader market right now. Bitcoin saw a little bit of a minor pullback, nothing crazy. Like I said, even less than a percentage retracement, which is causing the broader market to go down. Reason why we're seeing 5 to 6 to even 10% retracement for a lot of coins is due to this major spike within the dominance. And it's something you don't want to really be neglecting and really understanding the impact that this could have. But so far, so good. Like what I'm seeing here. Love you all. Thank you for all your support. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.